Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 14 of the Shelby GT500 rescue rebuild project. And I pretty much finished all the hardest things on this car so far, and now we're left with just a lot of little things to catch up on, tidy up, clean up, and she's gonna be done. So in this video, let's see what we're gonna accomplish, and we're gonna start right now. So now Betsy got a little dirty because I stopped covering her, but now as you can see there's cat paws on here because Eleanor has been jumping on top of the car. Right, Eleanor? Were you jumping on top of the car? You nice and comfortable over here? What are you doing? Hey. What are you doing? Silly girl. So now what I need to do is actually I'm gonna clean up the body a little bit and throw a cover on the car. That way if she jumps on it then it's fine, but now that we have a cat, then we don't want this car, I mean the paint is not perfect, but we don't want it to be more scratched than it is. Since I had to run off on the previous part, some things came up and I couldn't finish a few things that I wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and install the shocks. We're gonna start from the back because the back is gonna be the easiest. We're gonna install the shocks. I'm gonna install the shaft. Maybe I'm gonna clean the drive shaft, paint it a little bit so it looks a lot nicer underneath the car. We're gonna do the brake lines, paint the brake calipers, so that's gonna look nicer in here. And then I have to make one more bracket for the driver's side. The passenger side has the bracket right here for the fender, so it mounts like that and then it holds in place. But the passenger side was held by a wire. It basically was mounted to the body, tied down with the wire. So that's just retarded. Eleanor, what are you doing? Hey, Eleanor, kitty, what are you doing? Huh? Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Or what? Looks like you're stuck. Do you need help? Let me help you. Okay, you're good. And also we're gonna do something with the transmission mount. This is the piece that they made that was holding that transmission. It's basically made out of 3 pieces welded together. I believe this is, I don't even know, I think this is from the 90s Mustang, and I don't know what they did exactly here. I think they just chopped it off here, moved it over and welded it here so it fits on the bottom. And this is the more of an upgraded version. This is out of my other Mustang that I was gonna use, but I figured I might as well use it on this one. I'm just gonna clean it up, paint it, and that way I'm not gonna need to redesign this piece out of who knows what, and I didn't really want to spend 160 bucks on one of these either. So Eleanor, are you ready? Are you ready to help? Hey, are you ready? Okay, cool. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and begin, and we're gonna start from the rear. Let's go. So basically what I end up doing is finally getting the fenders installed the best I can. Everything's secured, it's not moving. The gaps are really not going to get any better. So this is what we got. I'm gonna have to remove those stripes like I said before, and we're gonna redo that badge. And it took me a while to align the nose as well. This is now a lot better than it used to be. It's still kind of bad a little bit because it has the little gap on the corner here, right there, but it's a lot better than what it was. And right now I'm working on the wires for the lights. They were kind of put together kind of fishy, so I'm kind of redoing the best I can, and they're gonna be nice and neatly tucked over here, and it's gonna look a lot better than it used to be. Also the driver's side, I lined it a lot better, and I end up mounting 2 bolts right here with the threads, so that holds a lot better. And then this side, this side was holding on with a wire, so a wire was holding the fender, but it was still flopping around. And then on the bottom over here there was no thread, so the other side was flopping around. So this side was flopping around, this side was flopping around, and we got it down to looking the best that we could as well. So that's pretty much, I can still, you know, if I was doing it from scratch, obviously I can still do a little bit of adjustment here and there, but honestly you can't complain with what we had. We got the transmission installed, so the shifter is going to be sitting pretty much center in the hole. So I was worried about that because I was thinking we're going to have to shift the engine forward and transmission forward and then cut the hole differently, but we don't need to do that. What I'm going to have to actually do is remove the steering column, so we'll get that done in a little bit. So doors are closing a lot better, they're nice and straight. They just sound a little bit, you know, like a rattle can compared to that. So we're gonna do this door to sound like that when I'm gonna be doing the door panels. So we got the shocks installed, and what I gotta do now, I think the last thing I gotta do is install the emergency brake cable. You guys can see that we got the cable right here, but it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to be replacing that cable from here, and then I'm going to run it from here under the belly, and I'm going to replace this. If you guys can see, it's kind of dark in here. We got the transmission mounted, and then I cleaned up and installed the transmission mount, so that's nice and ready to go, centered. And I got the speedometer cable from Kentucky Mustang, so that's connected, ready to go. We got the clutch connected, everything is mounted. And the one dilemma that I have that I got to deal with is this the steering link right here. So I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do to make it fit the best I can. But what I got to do is actually remove the steering column and then cut this guy right here, cut the stock, whatever that mess they have over there. I'm gonna have to cut this off and then see what I need to do to mount this here, and then that's gonna mount to the rack and pinion on the bottom there. Alright guys, so a few more things to figure out on the bottom, and then we're gonna be able to drop her on the ground, put the wheels on, and continue on working on the engine and inside. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, and that's pretty much how much I got done so far on this episode. The e-brake was really kicking my butt, honestly, and the reason being is because the e-brake goes to the brackets on the bottom, and there was 2 brackets missing that I had to reinstall. Hey buddy. And basically I wasn't sure what to do, and after I realized that the brackets were missing, I don't know if you guys are gonna see them, but you saw them in the video, the 2 brackets. You probably can't see it, but there's one here, one there, and I had to get those installed, and then I was able to finally get the e-brake installed. Now the inside is a mess again, obviously, because I had to do quite a bit of work right here. And now that I have the e-brake, I got the speedometer cable, so all of that is finished, ready to go. And so now the one thing I got to figure out is the steering column. Obviously I want to clean that up and get it painted, and then I got my new steering link shaft right here, and this is the old one. As you can see, they welded right here, they welded right here, this is welded, and you got this stuff right here welded. So I kind of got an idea of where I'm gonna need to cut this, and it's probably gonna be somewhere around right here. And then basically what I need to do is figure out how to mount this to here. And then what's different here is the ends are gonna be different on this guy compared to that guy. So basically what I'm gonna have to do is probably just kind of cut and trim and try to make the rack and pinion shaft bolt fit in here. So yeah, that's pretty much, this is going to be the last piece of the puzzle to make this fit, and then we can drop the Mustang down. Alright guys, so this is where we at right now. I got the back wheels installed, so those are ready to go. I don't have to do anything else on the back, and then I got the exhaust tips sort of in place for now, because I still have to weld the exhaust. Once I get it fine-tuned exactly where I want it to be, I'm gonna have to weld the little brackets, little hangers that hold the exhaust in place. So this is gonna be it for this episode, and thanks for Eleanor for helping out with BETSY. It's just the little things that were taking way longer that they should have been, and it is what it is. You guys understand, some of you do, I'm sure, but that's where we're at. So once again, thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.